I pressed the button because you took a year to make one little tweet.
Listen, it's been a long week.
Oh, I know. It's been such a long week that I'm double checking that my audio is right now. And it is.
Oh, I should do that too.
Yeah.
You talk for a minute.
I'm going to talk about how much I want to open this beer right now. Like so much, maybe even more than any other week of Merri Hour. Cream.
Yes, it is a blood orange milkshake IPA, and I'm very excited for this.
Are you ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Mine just made the worst noise ever.
I kind of sound like your beer farted. Did your beer fart?
I was wondering what that might have sounded like on the other end, but it definitely sounded like a beer fart on mine. Also, I have officially moved my bottle caps. You can barely see it. There's two cups back there. Not vision glass. They're 2 little tumblers that I got from Nomadland, and they're like, even though I split the 1 cup into the 2 cups that looked like they were all the same sized cups, somehow those cups are full.
I'm telling you, I've got that it's the raptor in the egg Jurassic Park tiki mug that I'm going to give to you when we finally see each other again. And that thing is so deep that I'm only like halfway up to it. Like I'm still like, I still have half the space left.
Yeah. I got Blue Moon bottle caps for days here.
Yeah. I went to cans now. So I'm doing like, I have less space to fill up because I have little tabs.
Hey, I had a couple tabs and I kept them. My Tavor tab.
You did?
I did.
I know. I was impressed that you even did Tavor, so that's a good.
Hello to everyone in the chat. Matt, welcome back. How you doing? Christy's here enjoying a maple blueberry raspberry sour ale. That sounds like something Matt would drink.
I have drank it before, on this live stream.
We've got Ryan here. What's up, Ryan? And Travis and Andrew. Hope you guys are all doing well tonight. We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
I know, things kept hitting, like today especially. Like literally things just broke minutes before we hopped on here.
Where do you think we should start? Should we start with our review?
Or
do you want
you want to get
the story?
No, let's do the review first. Let's review Willy's Wonderland, and then we can do all the news stuff afterwards.
Okay. I'm pulling up the IMDb page.
Get everything ready.
We're ready. All right.
Connect.
Go. This is our review of Willy's Wonderland, which I keep calling it Wally's Wonderland, and I need to.
Me too.
That. Why am I doing that?
Isn't that from a different movie?
Is it?
Isn't Wally's Wonderland from like Vacation?
Oh shit. I had made up in my head that I was calling it Wally because I've got a dog named Wally.
Right. I'm just
Wally's World.
Wally's World, right. Well, yeah. For some reason I keep mixing up Wally's World and Willy's Wonderland.
I can't believe how obvious that was and how long I've been thinking about it. But anyway, guys, Willy's Wonderland is about a man played by Nicolas Cage who has car trouble. And in order to get his car fixed and make his way out of the town, they ask him to clean up a place called Willy's Wonderland, which is essentially a Chuck E. Cheese of sorts, a family restaurant with animatronics. And the thing is that the animatronics kind of come to life and they're murderous. And it's Nick Cage versus these animatronic characters. And that's the movie. You didn't like it. I didn't think
I'm so disappointed. I am so disappointed.
Yeah. I feel ya. I know what I signed up for. They have the premise of Nick Cage versus animatronics. And that is what the movie gives you. My problem is it gives you it by doing the absolute bare minimum. And I don't want that to sound like I don't think anyone involved in the film tried. I'm sure people tried, but I don't know. I feel like you can't make that assumption when you don't know every single detail.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't disagreeing with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't disagreeing with that. I was agreeing with the bare minimum part of it.
Yeah, because I was wondering if there were maybe some budget restrictions, particularly when it comes to some of the fight and kill sequences, which looked like they were shot in a way to be able to edit around not having the ability to do certain things. And I just found it very, very frustrating.
For me, it's Ian actually beat me to the punchline. I was going to bring up the Banana Splits movie because the Banana Splits movie tried to do this exact same concept with the Banana Splits and in like a TV soundstage studio. And the big thing, there's a few big things for me in the sense that, number one, I'd like Willys a little more than the Banana Splits because the Banana Splits was on like a sci-fi budget and it had some real bad scenes of animation, fire included, where like someone's head's on fire and it just looks atrocious. So that one had way more issues on that side, but at least it tried to reboot the Banana Splits in a unique way, in a fun way, and it had a story and it had elements that kept driving and it had development where, well, Willy's Wonderland, like you said perfectly, you know what you signed up for, but it's given to you in a package that doesn't imagine anything bigger than a poster. It's the poster in movie form, and that's it.
Yeah. Again, I understand the high concept they were seizing on, and it really could have done something, but I feel like even the coolest of the cool visuals of Nick Cage fighting animatronics, even if it looked like $1 million and it looked great, it's only going to mean so much if you have absolutely no character development and a meaningful foundation to support it. And I did find Nick Cage's character completely inaccessible in that respect. There were some interesting character details that I think served the pacing of the movie well. Even though I somewhat don't even know what it amounts to. It's like the soda he was drinking the whole time. I liked the changing of the shirts. I thought that was a cool element, but I know nothing about him, what drives him, nothing to give his choices in the movie any purpose or value. And then the kids were like fodder. They were there to die. I'm sorry if that spoils something for you, but there's literally nothing else I could say about those characters.
This is the most rinse and repeat kind of frustration for me as a movie watcher because Nick Cage's character is inaccessible because he doesn't have any lines. He's mute the entire film, and that is how he's written. They want him written to be the stoic badass. So literally, the only time he actually emotes is when he's playing pinball. And let me explain what happens in this movie. This is 90 minutes basically of Nick Cage repetitively killing one of the animatronics. His phone goes off. He takes a break. He chugs one of his sodas and he plays pinball. He does this throughout the movie because that's the only formula they know that works. And as Perri said, some kids get involved for some reason, and they are just bottom of the barrel caricatures that have no development at all, and they are there to die. They don't have any scenes where you actually care about them, so you don't care that they die. You don't know why Nick Cage.
Well, try with one of them and it does not work.
It's awful. But then, worst of all, you don't know why Nick Cage is doing what he's doing. You don't know why he's ignoring the kids, because that's what he does at points. He blatantly ignores the kids, plays pinball while they die. He's supposed to be this like cryptid Sasquatch character. He even like in the press notes, it says that Nick Cage is playing this character in his head because he knows who he is, but he doesn't know how to convey that. So like he knows the character he's playing. The film doesn't know how to tell you the character he's playing, and they do that by these stupid little one-off gimmicks where he drinks soda sometimes and he likes playing pinball, but it matters not at all because nothing he does matters. Nothing the kids do matters. We don't care about the entire scenario, and thus all the repetition just adds up to a whole bunch of bullshit. I was so mad because I should love this movie.
I was pretty disappointed. How low are you going with your score?
2 out of 5. You made me not like a movie where Nick Cage fights Chuck E. Cheese animatronic characters. And of course, they also are costumed actors. They don't look like animatronics. Like that, again, that's the Banana Splits for me, because my big thing with the Banana Splits is those people, like the actors in costumes, never look robotic, except this does it a little better because every actor's kind of doing the robot the whole time, and they just overlay some mechanical sound effects and it makes it look like they're animatronic.
So I'll give you my score. I'm going a little lower, and I'm going with a 1.5 out of 5. Usually I make up those points on a really low score with some sort of technical achievement that's undeniable, but this doesn't have it. I had a major problem with the fact that the animatronics were caught between being animatronics and looking like, you know, the people who dress up in costumes that I see in Times Square. It's a very awkward combination that doesn't work at all. And then on top of that, the sound effects weren't good. The mix overall was bad. And one of the biggest problems I had with the sound effect was that it lessened the intensity of the action. I think whenever someone landed a punch, it felt more like a weak thud. And I do think that has a lot to do with the sound effects and less so with other elements. But really, I can't really find a single thing to praise. If I am to try to give you anything, it's that I do think that the family-friendly restaurant vibe is a fun-looking setting for a horror movie. And for that reason, I hope maybe they get around to making Five Nights at Freddy's at some point or something of the sorts. But this right here takes that really cool high concept that sounded a lot of fun and essentially trashes it and makes it not worth watching at all, even if you are real eager to see Nick Cage kick the shit out of some animatronics.
But the last thing I'll leave you with is it's not even the Nick Cage you want to see doing this. I think films sometimes misuse the Cage. They go over the top when he should be more subdued. But Willy's Wonderland has the complete opposite effect because they subdue Nicolas Cage in a movie he should be giving insane monologues and having off-the-wall reactions to. So you've taken the wrong Cage into your wacky bonkers film that doesn't mean anything and only exists because the last press note fact I'll tell you, this movie would not have gotten made unless Nicolas Cage signed on. He's the only reason this movie got made, and now we see why.
Well then. There it is. You know who we have to thank for this glowing review? You actually all should be shouting out Billy right now because this review is only coming your way courtesy of Billy, and Billy is supporting this review and making it happen so you don't have to watch the movie. I hope we caught you guys in time on that, but that right there is our review of Willy's Wonderland.
Done.
Yeah. Shit, that sucked.
It did.
I was so mad, and I watched it last night, and I was so pumped and excited, and I just wanted a crazy ride, and I got nothing fun. All right. I think we should go to our title topic next. Does that sound fair?
Okay. I'm fine with that.
So, the title of this video is that we are trying to think of some exceptionally talented replacements. That was poor phrasing on my part, because whether the names that we are saying right now are for roles in The Mandalorian or elsewhere, I think every single name we're about to drop is someone who is immensely talented and deserving of being in the biggest franchise they want or any project they want for that matter. Yep. We are talking about folks who could take Gina Carano's place in The Mandalorian as she was removed from the project. I feel like one of the first things we do have to say is that there is no guarantee that her character is going to remain in the show. We're not necessarily talking about someone who could fill that particular character's shoes. This could be where they remove her entirely and introduce I would hope for another female lead. And we think these talented ladies could kick ass in that project. Do you want to give a shout out to someone first? I feel like we should just say our thumbnail people first.
Well, I was going to say too, I do want to shout out the fact that like there are other people off our list that I think are more obvious because like the Michelle Rodriguez is absolutely that's the kind of character that she would kill at. This is what we assume. So our picks are trying to veer off a little more from that. So I don't know, who's in my title pick? Who'd you throw in there?
I'm just seeing some really good suggestions in the comments that I'm getting thrown off. Wait, just real quick. Red Hood 23 makes a good point. They have Bo-Katan right there. I do think depending on where they're even going with the story in season 3, upping Bo-Katan's role in the show could be great. Renee Elise Goldsberry, not a name that I've seen on many lists out there, but that is an A+ choice, MK Songbird. All right, Matt.
Yeah. I like the upgrade Katie Sackhoff. That would be a great upgrade. But I'm going to start with Betty Gilpin. And I'm going to start with Betty Gilpin because, yes, Everything I saw from The Hunt, everything I've seen since then, kind of in the nature of just like the roles and her, interviews and stuff like that, I think she would fill the Carano slot quite well because, what Gina Carano brings to that role is a physicality and there is a presence she brings and there is a sternness and everything about Gilpin's face in The Hunt. I just keep imagining in that kind of role, and she can do the action. She proved that she can, if she needs be, she can get more into it. I have immense, those talents are going to translate into action star talents. So I think Betty Gilpin should be in that role.
Okay. Before I tell you guys mine, I just want to shout out Salvador here, who name dropped someone and I were texting about before we went live. It's Zoe Bell. I do think Zoe Bell just needs more roles. In fact, I know she's an incredible stunt actor, but she should be fully in front of the camera, playing her own characters more often than she does. My choice right now is Eiza Gonzalez, and I am picking her. One, because I did just interview her for I Care a Lot, and she's fresh on my mind. And every time I interview her, I'm reminded that she is such an incredible pleasure. She's just always such a treat to talk to. And literally every single thing I've ever talked to her about, she always talks about that project with the utmost passion. And I would really like to see someone who greatly appreciates the opportunity to be a part of one of the biggest franchises out there in a role in The Mandalorian. But also, she's been in a couple of action franchises. One of the more recent movies she was in is Bloodshot. And she's good in Bloodshot, but I'm not going to say that that movie gives her the opportunity to show off her range. If you want to see a movie that gives you a sense of what she's capable of, keep your eye out for I Care a Lot, which drops on Netflix very soon. And I think that is probably one of her best performances. So we already know that she can kick some ass in action franchises, but now I am even more convinced that she's got the range to really pull off a well-rounded role. So cast her in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, that was one I was really thinking of too. When you threw it out there, I was kind of like, yeah, okay, I could see that. I mean, my second one, Dani Fernandez has already been kind of championing herself online for it. And I can't argue that. I mean, I just can't argue again. I guess I'm thinking more like the physicality. I'm thinking more the way that Carano plays the character and what Carano brings to that character. And I don't see a smaller, more petite actress taking that role on because of just, what Carano does. So if you're going to recast it with someone like I initially kind of said Vanessa Kirby, because she carries Hobbs and Shaw in a way, and I love what she does in Hobbs and Shaw. So I was like, yeah, that'd be so cool to see her in that role. But I think if you bring a Vanessa Kirby type in, you're recasting. You're bringing a new character, and you're doing it that way. You're not going to have a recast in this way. So the recast, I'm very into Dani Fernandez throwing her weight around and saying hey, I want to do this part. And yeah, no, you do look the part. You do the persona is the part. I think that's another good one.
I could 100% get behind that. We have a super chat suggestion here too from John. John says Carrie.
I saw that one.
Yeah, I've seen that name circulating, and it is definitely a good suggestion. I'm also not opposed to trying out someone newer in this sector. And again, to be fair, some of these names are on my mind because I'm covering their movies that are coming out. I spoke to them recently, or I just think their talent is, they've got immense talent, and their talent has been in my face for one reason or another recently. And I'll tell you, we just shared the latest episode of Collider Ladies Night, and I believe very big things are coming for Dominique Fishback. She hasn't done a thing that would suggest to me that she would be good in a gigantic franchise action type piece, but I've seen more than enough from her to know that she's capable of doing just about anything. And I want to see her on that level. I mean, she's cool in a movie with major awards consideration this year, but I want to see her on that A-list level because she is a mighty talented individual.
I'm going off nothing but instinct and gut for some reason, and because I like this actress, but I feel like Bryce Dallas Howard's already directed two of the best Mandalorian episodes. I know there's no proof that this is a kind of character that she could take to and really do the same things that have been done with that character so far. I also think I kind of want to see her get that shot. For some reason, I kind of see allowing an actress who's done the types of roles she does. And I mean, like, not to like Jurassic World, the kind of stuff she does there is like halfway there in a way. She has this streak of, she's able to put Chris Pratt in his place pretty easily. I don't know if I can look at the stoic kind of I'm a badass 24/7 role in her, but I kind of want to see her try, and I kind of feel like this would be a really fun way to let her try that.
I would be open to that, even if it was more like what we have seen from her before, just bringing, it might not work tonally. I'll admit that before I even say this, but even seeing someone bring a more bubbly persona or like a fresh sense of life to the series, it could be interesting.
I think, again, the only thing that, what Gina Carano brought to that role is the fact that she kind of opened that door to, like, more wrestlers and things of that nature, and more with the wrestler's physique. And I think that was a big important thing. So when I'm trying to recast that role, I do want to try to, go with someone with the same expertise and background that she has. So I kind of think, like, you've already brought Sasha Banks in. I mean, you've already double dipped into the wrestler well once. I think if you're really going to recast Carano, go back and I'm not knowledgeable enough to like say a wrestler who would be perfect for this, but I think that's also a great way to do it. I think that's also a great way to dive back and say, like, we need someone physical, imposing, and we need someone that's going to, like, that will break you, legitimately will break you if she gets in a fight with you. And that's a huge thing. Amelia's texting me now. She says Sonya Deville. There's a name.
Okay. I don't know who Sonya
Google that.
It's like, should I know who that is? I don't know. And I have a perfect distraction to steer you away from something I don't know. Look at this super chat from Steven.
Super chat.
Raise your glasses high, people. I just want to thank Perri and Matt for giving us so much good content all these months. For that, thank you guys so much. Cheers. Cheers to you, my friend. I'm so happy to have you back in the fold, Steven. You know this, but you rock. Do you have any other names you want to throw out before we move on to the next thing?
No, I don't think so. I think who was it, Greg, that put together the list for Collider? Because I was looking at your Collider list not to pick them, and there's a lot of good ones on that. So I think if you want, like, a lot of really good choices, check out that list on Collider. Mr. Lawrence's little write up there, but I kind of like mine. I definitely like mine.
I was about to look that list up so I could share some with you, but that's a better approach, Matt. I'm not going to look it up. I'm going to tell you guys to go on over to Collider.
Yeah.
And read Greg's list over there.
Don't look it up.
I know.
Let the people do the work.
I was about to do all the work. All right. Where do you want to go next?
We now know the director of the new Paranormal Activity reboot.
Oh, yes.
That's brand new. That's not something we were going to cover, but it just happened. So, I mean, that's something we should probably cover.
Yes, let me grab a source article. I did just see
I looked at yours. I looked at Collider's.
Of course, I'm on deadline right now. I'm terrible. But basically, they have confirmed that the next Paranormal Activity movie will be directed by William Eubank, who, of course, directed Underwater and the movie that I prefer, The Signal. And then it's going to be written by Happy Death Day filmmaker and someone who's also been a part of the Paranormal Activity franchise. It's Christopher Landon. And man, this pairing has me feeling pretty good. Why do you look conflicted?
Oh, I don't. I think the pairing is great. I think the fact of the matter is, like, I think Eubank's an interesting pick, and that's not a negative or a positive. I think it's just legitimately interesting because The Signal does so much freakiness with technology in a narrative world, and Underwater, the first person scenes when, like, they're kind of traversing the underwater like tunnels and stuff like that, and they're just on the ocean's floor, and you have to kind of figure out, like, if things are coming at you, like the frame of vision and things of that, like the depth of vision too. He does some really good stuff with the first person in that. So I think it's an inspired pick. I think it's a really good pick. And again, like you said, Landon's been evolved from 2 to marked ones. So I think the only ones he didn't write were Ghost Dimension and the first one. So he's very familiar with the franchise lore. He's very familiar with everything. And It's a reboot, right? It's not a sequel. It's a reboot.
That's what I was just looking up to see how they phrased it. I think the only story information they give or do not give is that plot details are being kept secret. I hope it has nothing to do with the original series.
Yeah.
Like
it got a little off the path, I'll say.
Like I'm not talking about retconning the original series. Just pretend it doesn't exist. You know, have another paranormal occurrence happen elsewhere.
I think that's why I like the marked ones so much. I was gonna say, like, the marked ones is so good because for so much of it, it's not tied to it, and then the end happens and it ties everything back into the main franchise. But like, it does a really good job existing on its own and telling a different story in that world.
I will say that one ties into the original trilogy quite well, though. Like, I dig how that one did it, and then the franchise lost me.
Yeah, well, because after that was the worst.
Those movies.
After that, you get Toby Foot to end the franchise.
What a disappointment that turned out to be. But the other major plus of getting Christopher Landon back in the mix is how much experience he's had between his last paranormal go around and now. And he's proving to be a really talented filmmaker with a real strong voice. And I'm looking forward to seeing him apply that to one of my favorite horror film franchises out there, even though the last two stink.
Yeah, but it was still in the same time as Saw, and it was still one of those dependable event-based Halloween horror franchises we had at the time. So, like, outside of Saw, we really didn't have much besides Paranormal Activity. And I love the fact that every Halloween I could depend on a Saw movie to come out, and it'll give me the jolts and the chills that I'm expecting, and that I know are going to be there. And whether it's number 4 or whether it's the marked ones, like on the side of the scale, it was always a gamble, but I knew what I was getting into, and I knew it would be there, and that made me feel good. So I kind of want that back.
Not that the article says anything about this, but I wonder if they might go the route of doing the entire thing on a Zoom or Skype call and trying to film it ASAP.
Try to go screen life, go into that mode.
Have to do that authentically, but I don't know. It's just like when I think about Paranormal Activity 2.0, that is where my mind goes.
Yeah, exactly, because that's the technology we're all really using. You know, when Paranormal Activity came out, it was about the video cameras and things of that nature. They did get creative. In 4, they do use laptops and they use the Kinect. the Kinect, because everyone's favorite gimmick in the Paranormal Activity franchise.
But it's also the fact that Paranormal Activity movies are quick turnarounds. And what better time to turn around a Zoom-based Paranormal Activity movie than during a pandemic?
Yeah, 100%.
Just a thought I wanted to throw out there.
And we know that it works, host. Like, we know it works. We know it can be done. We know it can be a quick turnaround. But it depends if they want to make this theatrical or they want to make it like a VOD, I would say. I think if you're trying to go back to theatrical, you're going to go bigger. You're going to make it.
But Paramount Plus... They need the content. They need the content, and they need the big content, the franchise content.
Yeah.
I mean, Paranormal Activity can be made for a very small price tag and be a solid draw on a streaming service like that.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. I hope it doesn't go. I want to be in a theater watching this one.
I want to be in a theater too. I mean, I told you I went back to a theater last weekend.
You did. I know you had a good time at the theater. You were able to relive that life. I would kill to live that life again.
It was interesting. It was there was pretty much no one in the theater. I think there were six auditoriums, or like very small ones.
Right.
And I think I maybe saw 2 employees and maybe 2 or 3 other people going into a different one. I went into one with my sister, her husband, and his brother.
Right.
And it was just the 4 of us all alone. We wore our masks the entire time, and we watched Jurassic World, and I cried through the entire first act.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes total sense, because I would probably do the same thing, just being in a theater again.
I was surprised. I mean, it's like part of me thought that was going to happen, but I feel like it hit even stronger. Like it didn't even, at first I walk in, they were picking. So what you had to do in this theater was you couldn't you don't just go up to the concession stand and get your food. You have to order it in advance. So they were just grabbing what they had pre-ordered, and I walked into the theater by myself first because I wanted to see some of the trailers. And literally the second I walked in, I start crying. Then we sit down and we're like kind of chit-chatting before the movie started. And for whatever reason, the second that the Universal logo came booming in, I was just like a mess, like sitting in a puddle.
Sounds surround sound. What is happening?
Oh, it was emotional, but I'm glad I did it. And I'm glad we chose Jurassic World. I didn't even choose it. Lonnie chose it.
That's all the better. But since we're talking about theaters, we did get a little confirmation in one of the other topics we were going to bring up that Mr. John Carpenter said, I mean, this is nothing confirmed. This is absolutely nothing on that nature. But Carpenter did confirm in an interview, I think yesterday or the day before, or a few days ago, that it's not off the table that Halloween Kills is theater only. There isn't he said himself, the quote basically says, I know theaters are kind of dead right now. I know the situation we're in. The studio came to them and said, we want to wait a year to get it in theaters. But he's like, it's not off the table that Halloween Kills goes to streaming. So it's going to depend on whether we can reopen quick enough or I guess the future of theaters in a way.
Sorry, I'm just reading this to make sure I have it right. So the question is, can you see the Halloween movies ending up being released in the same way, as in on a streaming service,
As
right?
in on a streaming service, yep.
And then the quote is, sure, Halloween may be shared that way because theaters are dead. It's just the reality right now, and it's a tragedy, but it's true. We just have to face it. The studio did contact David and I, and they had us put off the new one by a year in the hope that things got better. So we're still hoping it will get better. And I think that's a fair hope. I mean, we're not talking about a movie that's scheduled to come out in a month or two from now. It's October. And, you know, again, we never know what's really going to happen. Things keep changing, but there has been some talk that maybe vaccines are going to be more widespread by the summer. And if that is the case, and most people are vaccinated and things are safer and things are improving, maybe October can be a real comeback for movie theaters. And in that case, Halloween could do quite well. So I'm not writing it off like that. No. But you know, he's also being realistic. It's like, even while I give you that hopeful rundown of the timeline, I also am well aware of the fact that anything can happen, anything can cause a major setback, and then we'll be waiting even longer to get back to theaters. So you got to plan right now.
I think it's the openness too, and the fact that like we do get a little insight, and I would say there's insight to him saying the studio wanted to delay it. Like it wasn't any creator saying this has to be on a theater. It was the studio saying, no, this is a theater film. We're going to put it in theater. So like, it was actually kind of nice to hear that it was the studio's choice. And it's also Carpenter saying like, listen, we do have to see how things goes. Like it's not a one-way ticket where this is going to be in theaters no matter what. It's going to be in theaters if it can come out next October. If it can't, they're probably going to make the decision to go to streaming. So I think that's like you said, I think that's going to be a good milestone marker where if it's October and the horror films are still having to get pushed out, I think that's time probably where you capitalize on hype still and you don't turn into a Saint Maud, because unfortunately no one gives a shit about Saint Maud anymore.
What a waste. What a crappy release. What happened? I don't get it.
What happened is they announced it 3 weeks out. They said it was going to play in a few drive-ins, and then they just put it on Epics. So you have to rent it through Epics, and it's the only streamer to do it on. It's like
huge thing.
You killed it. You killed Saint Maud.
It's pretty significant swing and miss. I was very, very disappointed about that.
Well, I felt bad too, because like my Twitter feed was just people saying like, I don't care about Saint Maud anymore. And it's like, I don't know if I understand that completely, because I just kind of think if I'm hyped for a movie, when it comes out, I'm still going to be hyped. Like, I'm not going to get kind of turned down by that kind of thing. But I get it. Like, it did have a ton of hype. We were all really excited for Saint Maud to come out, and then it didn't. And then it didn't again. And then it didn't again. And then it came out in the worst way possible.
You need to have some sort of awareness of a movie already in order for that to happen. And so much of a movie's success now comes from discovery, whether it's word of mouth or just skimming a menu of a streaming service. And when you completely isolate your release, especially an independent release that really does depend on that buzz and word of mouth and building that awareness, you're dead in the water. It's so strange.
So bad. I don't know what they did.
I don't know. But back to Halloween real quick, just because as you were talking, Salvador basically read my mind. Blumhouse can't afford to lose a sequel to a $250 million grossing film to streaming. And, that could be an issue there. I don't know what kind of arrangement Blumhouse and Universal have, but that's a pretty big property for Blumhouse. And that's a situation. We're not talking about something that, I don't know, you think you could do, you think could do well in the theaters, so you're going to hold out. It's like that's not necessarily a guaranteed success, but it's basically a guaranteed blockbuster as far as Blumhouse goes. And you can't just risk putting that on a streaming service, especially when, I don't know, if that went to Peacock, would Universal give Blumhouse more money? I don't even know how that works.
I mean, it doesn't work because, as we see with WB and some of the studios suing them because they're not going to get the money they deserve from it. But yeah, no, I'm in total agreement with that. I think it's just, but again, the reality of things, you do have to start thinking that way, because are you going to delay it for 2 years, 3 years? What if theaters are just never safe to go back to for a lot longer than, the vaccine is great because the vaccine allows us to go with other vaccinated people in small areas, but we're still talking about a movie theater that can seat how many hundreds of people. You think they're just going to reopen and go back to normal? We're still going to talk about a reality where there's going to be a lower amount of people allowed in the theaters. There's going to be I'll call it like a build back up to normalcy, where it's not going to happen overnight. And sure, people might be vaccinated in October, but there's still a lot of things that come with that vaccination. And there's a lot of things that could still make an event like a movie not super safe just yet. And that's not me trying to be a downer. I know, it's not me trying to be a downer, but it's the business aspect of it. It's like, can we delay Halloween Kills for 3 years versus delaying it for 1.5 years and then putting it out on streaming?
I also think at that point you do have to consider how far removed it's going to be from the release of the previous installment, because that I guess could help or hurt, whether it's creating more anticipation or having the fan base lose a little interest or get distracted.
I think people today, I don't even think it's the fan base. I think it's people today and the ability to have so much content at their fingertips 24/7. We all do. I go back to last October when so many horror movies came out. And I'm sorry I keep talking about last October, but it was unprecedented, the fact that I covered so many goddamn new releases in horror, and so many of them got 1 or 2 days in the sun and just went right out. Like, no one talked about them again. But it's like, I don't want that to happen still, but that is also the way people now consume media. We don't need a Halloween Kills to be talked about for a month and to sustain and stuff like that. People just want to see it, or they're just going to move on. That's the reality of it. Like, you come to us with your content, or we're going to go find something else. And guess what? It's becoming easier and easier to find something else.
Yeah, it is true. I can't believe how quickly one thing is over and the next thing begins.
It's insane.
You know what's over? Football's over. But Caleb's still here. So my prediction couldn't have been more wrong. It was a blowout in the other way.
My prediction couldn't have been more right. Tom fucking Brady waltzed in and just walked away with the Super Bowl. No one stopped him. No one tried.
I will say, though, even though I was wrong, I think technically we both won, because watching drunk Tom Brady after the boat parade, those clips are just the greatest pieces of content. I must have watched those 20 times.
Did you watch the one where he's throwing the Lombardi trophy from yacht to yacht?
Well, first I watched that one 100 times. Then it's the one where he's leaving the gated area and just essentially being carried away. I mean, good for him. I know how strict he is with his diet and everything, so I'm glad he can celebrate his hard work. It's just hilarious.
And because we do have a topic we need to get to. Ryan just brought up, we should talk about the Jared Leto stuff and the images from Joker.
Are you glossing over my actual win right now?
No, I was going to bring that up. Okay. I was literally going to say we should celebrate the fact that you took down Pygao. You took down the Pygao playoff.
So the crazy thing about that is I mean, it literally, like, did it not seem to you like it was impossible for anybody to win but Jeff?
I didn't know how anyone else could.
I think the only possible way that Jeff would have lost is if he pie-gowed. And he did, because Gronk scored 2. Why did he? I guess he didn't really have a choice now that I'm thinking about it. But it's like, just so people have an understanding, it's like what Jeff could have done. What do you think Jeff should have done, knowing that I could be his big competition and win too? But it's like, even if what Jeff, I guess, should have done is he should have stacked his A squad. That way he at least wins 1. And if I win 2, then he still beats me.
Yeah.
And he split his players and then pie-gowed because Gronk got 2 touchdowns and the only person he had on his A squad was the kicker.
I don't understand anything about how we got there, and I'm happy you won.
I won.
I'm ready for next year. I'm actually into it now. I have a better strategy because I came out the gate real hard. I was gonna say I came out the gate real hard 1 and 2, but yeah,
That's what happens when you start to understand pie-gow, though. It's like you're skeptical at the beginning, but now that you have an understanding of the game, I'm ready for next Super Bowl because you're going to be like, let's do it again, because that's how I was.
Yeah. Also, just 2 things really quickly. Didn't care for any of the commercials, really. There was not a single standout commercial that really hit me in any way. And I'm with Travis here. The crowds gave me the creeps because COVID's kind of still really a thing in America. And those stands, they were not social distancing. There was none of that going on. Like it's my fear of the going back to normal thing where it's the Super Bowl. Don't worry about it. We can be fine for a little bit. And like COVID doesn't care that it's the Super Bowl. You're all on top of one another. What are you doing?
Yeah. As someone who hasn't really left the house in a year, I am not going anywhere near anything like that. Unless it's close to a guarantee it's safe. So
it was like watching the Super Bowl was like scrolling through my Instagram feed and seeing my friends back home being like in Jersey and just all over each other doing things out. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm in LA where things are a little different apparently.
Hey, all right. I want to make sure we squeeze in these other stories.
Let's talk about the Joker. Let's get Joker.
Right,
let's get Joker.
What we're talking about with Joker are the new images, right? There were 2 images of Jared Leto as the Joker in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Well, I feel like I'm out of the loop, and I haven't really done my research, but a light scrolling through Twitter when those images were released. Are people mad about the way he looks?
I mean, people are mad about everything. It's the internet. It's just an interesting note. I think I'm more mad about the Joker's inclusion and all these things. Like,
why?
Zack Snyder.
Who cares?
Well, I'm gonna say Zack Snyder's really hammering home. He wants to show you that Robin's dead. Like, he really wants you to see that Robin's dead. And it's a weird fixation where it's like he really wants to like go to these flashback sequences where it wasn't enough that he writes the graffiti on the Robin uniform and we get that one kind of shot where you're like, oh, okay, we're going to gloss over this. But like he's bringing the Joker back and he's trying to use the Joker to make sure you know that Robin got fucking murdered and we're going to show you. And it's this weird fixation I don't think the movie needs.
What I mean by who cares is we're literally getting another version of a movie so you could see what Zack Snyder wants to do. I don't give a shit what I want in that movie. I only want to see what he wants. I want to see as much of his vision as I can possibly get. So if that's what his Joker looks like, and if that's how he's incorporated in the story, count me along for the ride until I watch your take and either like it or then don't like it. But right now, whatever.
So the one thing I'll say is a little bit that I kind of dig. I dig the fact that Leto's Joker was so unique. I like that was a vision of Joker that is Leto's himself compared to all the other actors who have played the Joker over time. And in looking at the photos that were released, it just I get these similarities to Heath Ledger's Joker. And I kind of really wanted to separate them. I'm remembering pictures of like press material of Ledger's Joker in the same straitjacket, like hair kind of situation. And I'm like, oh, I really would have wished if those were like very separate characters. Not because I think one's better than the other. I just like the idea that they were so very different. We saw them in two very different stages of Jokerdom, whatever you want to call it. So bringing that picture in, I kind of got a little bit like, now people are going to start drawing comparisons that we don't need to. I really liked the tattoos are insane. Hot Topic Joker is whatever it is, but it was still Leto's. It was still his, and that was his Joker.
I don't know. I think he, at this point in time, he gets away with it because I should say a spoiler warning for this because I believe the source article actually had a spoiler warning. So just in case you don't want to hear what I'm about to say, tune out until it's 8:17 right now. Tune out until 8:20. Let's give ourselves 3 minutes. Here it goes. Okay. So from I forget what the source is now because of course I didn't write it. But the way that Zack Snyder described it, I think it's Vanity Fair, actually. Joker appears in the new film during a sequence set on a ruined Earth after the alien tyrant Darkseid invades and decimates the planet. It's a dream sequence, a psychic vision experienced by Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne that reveals what will happen if the superheroes fail to stop the onslaught. Joker is sort of the ghost of Christmas yet to come, supplying motivation through terror. So when you're talking dream sequence, I think the possibilities are endless. I don't care what that Joker looks like. It's something that isn't in the reality you created. I would expect it to look different. So the second I read that and I looked at the image again, I'm like, all right, yeah, that's totally possible. Consider me along for the ride right now.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I didn't read that piece, so that is different. I agree with that. If you're doing a dream sequence, you have full view to do whatever you want.
Yeah, take a swing, get creative, and really that's what I want to see in the Snyder Cut more so than anything. Don't just give me chopped up versions of the theatrical version of Justice League. Like you're getting this opportunity, really go for it. And
I want to really go for it. I don't want an anthology or chopped up kind of version of Justice League. No, if you're going to take this money, if you're going to take everything and build out the Justice League you wanted, go for it by all means. So I'm into that. And then I lost the comment I was going to bring up. Never mind. Just keep going. Oh, Vanity Fair is the source just for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. In my notes, I had written Variety, and as I was reading it, I'm like, I know that's not right.
You're like, that's not right. You're like, that's not it. Yeah.
Another V. Did we have one more story? Because we do have beer pong partners.
I mean, Pedro. Good for Pedro.
Oh, yeah. Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey getting cast in The Last of Us. I'm just...
I think that's great.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
Here's what I'll say really quickly. I'm very hyped for Pedro because of the movie Prospect. And Pedro's already done a thing where he has to, in a way, take care of a child in a different world that is. This Prospect is a sci-fi movie, and it's fantastic indie sci-fi. I love what they do in the world building they get away with on an indie budget. It's so good if you've never seen it. I think it's on Hulu. But again, Pedro is kind of, in a way, the character he will play in The Last of Us. And I think it fits. It fits so well. We already know that Pedro can do Space Dad. He's done it twice now, The Mandalorian and Prospect, and I think he'll go very well with being a zombie apocalypse dad.
I'm totally into it. I'm happy. I'm happy for Pedro, obviously, because I like him in pretty much every single thing I've seen him in, or at least everything that's coming to mind right now. I'm really excited for Bella Ramsey. This could be huge. Yeah. She was a major breakout in Game of Thrones, and while that is all super cool, it is of the utmost importance for her, for the longevity of her career and her star power, to take something else with a whole lot of potential. And I am very much going to assume that this show is going to be good. This is a major property for HBO. HBO is a brand that I trust for the most part, and I really do think that this is going to be a pretty significant hit. And if that is the case, we're going to see Bella Ramsey go from being like, Game of Thrones breakout puts you on a pretty high level, but I'm talking about going from that to household name. It feels like the pairing of those two projects being your big thing could solidify that.
Yeah. And when you're working alongside Pedro, you have a great mentor to kind of shape you and help you along that path. So I think we're all good there.
All right. Are we in beer pong zone now?
We can be. You want to be?
I'm confused if our players are playing in the same frame. I hadn't thought about that just now.
They're not.
They're not. So I only have one.
Which one do you have? Yours or mine?
Mine.
Okay, yeah. Mine is still
because mine is in yours' location.
Yeah, so Ari did need a few more minutes, so we can stall. Ari's just finishing something up, so we have a few minutes.
We could bring in my partner as I set up, and you can introduce.
Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, that's totally fine. We can do that.
Because it's Trace, and I love Trace.
Hi,
son of a bitch.
I'm sorry. I'm so excited for The Last of Us. You have no fucking idea. Like when the casting news came out, I was like, oh my god, it's real. Like it's really happening. Because it's so weird being in the news industry. Like sorry. Hi everyone. I never take like whenever it's like, oh, this is like happening, like they've made a deal, we're gonna do this show or this movie or whatever, I'm always like, I'm not gonna fucking get excited about this. When you start production, when you give me a cast member or something, then I'll believe it. Like, and so this is like, it's real, it's really happening, and I love these games. And it's kind of cool too because of Bella Ramsey, like she's young, she's at that age where like they can do season 1 as game 1 if that's what they're doing. Take like a year-long break to film and then do the second game where she's supposed to be 5 years older? I think it's 5 years, maybe.
Yeah,
3. I don't know.
It's about that. Yeah, and this is perfect because when Perri was like, we can talk about Pedro really quickly, right? Because like I didn't play through the first game even, and she hasn't played it all. So I was actually thinking in my head, I'm like, who can we bring in to be an expert on this really quickly? And I was like, Trace, Terry, like who could we jump in? So this is perfect. You're here now. Because you can actually explain why this is great.
I'm going to drop out and say,
Go.
I do that. I feel like it's mainly because of the poster behind you, Trace, but I feel like you're channeling Stu right now.
I'll go for it. I'll go for it. I did go with Stu. I did go with Stu for Halloween one year. So
did you? I feel like it's not the right cut, but the color is saying Stu.
Yeah. Stu's a bit more loosey goosey, like straight bro.
A little bit more like sweatery.
Yeah.
All right. I'm dropping out. I see another one who can give me the thumbs up when he's ready to be pulled into the stream. Oh, there we go.
How do I make these cups?
I'll be right back.
Do I have to stack this on something?
Hi, y'all.
Andrew, Ari, damn it. Ari, do you stack something below the laptop?
No, I stack books under the table, under each leg. 4 of those strategy guides. Yep.
Okay, I'm just trying to make the cups visible.
To make the cups visible? No. Oh, well then I just moved the camera down. Like you shouldn't be able to see that much of the screen.
Shit. Sorry, I forgot I had a drink behind the laptop and I just pushed it back.
Good job, Trace. For those who don't know, let me do a proper introduction. This is Trace Thurman, writer for Bloody Disgusting and Horror Queers podcaster. Also married to Ari.
Yes.
So this should be interesting, but
to say the least.
I feel like. Well, I was gonna say really quickly. I do feel like Perri and I were superfluous in our appreciation of Pedro Pascal. So legitimately, Trace, is this good casting for the part? Like, are you excited for the character development there?
So, I mean, I like him. I like that you mentioned Prospect. I don't love that movie, but again, what they do on that limited budget, it looks great, and both of those leads are really good in it. The movie itself I find kind of boring, but I think this is fantastic. Although I've already seen people that are like, ugh, they could do better. They don't look enough like their video game counterparts. And I'm just like, fuck off. Like, who fucking cares what they look like?
It is frustrating. And I think I saw the name, I'm going to butcher it. How do you pronounce the Game of Thrones actor? Nikolai Coster, whatever?
Nikolaj Coster-Waldau? That's what I say.
Yes. Yes, exactly. So that was the other name that people were throwing around to play Joel. Like that's who people wanted in that part. And again, I think it is because of the physicality and because that we look at the characters and we can relate to that. But I agree. Yeah. The best characters are not people who look just like the characters in the game. Like it's who can kind of channel that character and act perform it the best.
I mean, and with Nikolaj, I'm just kind of like, look, I have nothing against him, but I haven't seen him done really anything outside of Jamie, I mean, he was in that Cameron Diaz movie, The Other Woman, that I saw. I haven't seen any of his other dramatic work, really. So I'm just kind of like, he's fine. But I'm kind of really excited about Pedro Pascal. I honestly, like, the thing is, it's really more of a showcase for Bella Ramsey. Like, that's what this show is going to be. Joel gets great work. Obviously, there's plenty of moments, but, like, the star is oh my God, I can't even think of her character's name.
The character in the game. The girl in the game.
You really need to finish. I know you don't like those cinematic games, but like you really need to just fucking power through it and play it.
Yeah, I have it, so I probably should just re-download it and finish it. But I forget why I didn't. Like, I don't know. I just don't have time for like story-based games anymore. I just play Call of Duty for an hour a day and I'm good.
Hold on, before this goes any further, I'm gonna just thank Christy because she complimented my shirt.
Good.
So thank you, Christy.
It's a good shirt.
How do I know who's seeing stuff?
Go to the comments.
Click into comments and you can see the entire live chat. Yeah. Okay. So that's the live chat comments.
But no, honestly, so I replayed the first Last of Us before the second one, when I got the second one. And what I did, Donato, was I just put it on easy because I already played it before. And I put it on easy so I could just power through it really quickly and go through the story.
Got it. Okay. That's what I should do. I mean,
yeah.
But then do I have to do the second one too? Do I have to play both of them, or?
I mean, I think the second one's really good. The second one's going to be more. The second one is like, I mean, okay, it's. I was going to say it's like the promising young woman of video games because not in like the rape revenge sense, but in the sense that like,
oh my God,
there's just something that happens that has infuriated so many people. So you'll either like it or you'll fucking hate it. And
I know what you're talking about. I had that spoiled, so yes.
It's just, I mean, I think it's a really good game, but it's not a pleasant game to play. Like, I think the first one, like, you really go off the relationship between Joel and Ellie. Ellie, that's her name. Yes. But the second one is like an exercise in misery. Like, it is not pleasant to play. It's really upsetting all the way through. But I also think it's kind of brilliant.
I mean, we all lived through 2020. We don't need that anymore.
And I think I know what you think you're talking about, and it's not even that, because that happens in the very beginning of the second game.
Oh, Team Money, I got my shirt on Amazon. Not that I'm all about like supporting Jeff Bezos. He has enough money, but I like drunk marathon purchased a lot of cryptid shirts recently, and Amazon was the easiest source.
Matt, I have to tell you something.
Yeah, go.
I had my very first cup casualty over the entire course of us doing Merri Hour.
When what's a cup casualty?
I've been using the same 6 cups, and one finally cracked.
Oh,
literally,
man!
Same 6 cups since May. Is it an omen? Maybe I need it though, because I feel like I've been a little cold the past couple of weeks.
Wait, also, how do you crack the cup?
Not 10.
Like, it cracked down the side because I went to fill it up with water and I noticed it was bleeding.
It's bleeding.
I didn't know how else to phrase it.
Trace, did you hear me? 6 cups,
No.
not 10.
Oh, fuck me in the ass.
Do you even have water in them?
No, I was going to put beer in them.
No, don't do that.
Why? Isn't it beer pong?
Yeah, you can do it.
No, you don't do that.
Trace, we play like adults. You want nice, clean beer to drink on the side. You
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah.
Ball on the
You
floor.
put water in there.
You have to put the ball in the cup.
Those are, I will say, are those my cups? Or did you buy them?
No, I got them new because I didn't see that you have cups right here.
You could have just asked me. I mean, you have my contact information, I think.
Well, I had to go to the grocery store to get beer anyway. And in case people don't know, Texas is like a frozen wasteland right now. And like we're having a low temperature of 1 degree on Monday. So our grocery store is a mess. It's like the apocalypse is happening. Like the lines were like to check out. We're like in a spiral going around the interior of the building. It was nuts. And so I did this. I went to this fucking grocery store to get beer for you. So you're welcome.
That basically sounds like when there's a snowstorm in New York.
Trace, I know where those cups are right now, and you're gonna need to move them back.
Wait, back?
Yes.
You can't see them.
No, just move. Yes, you'll just move
away.
You'll just move the camera down.
Yeah, but then you can't see my face.
But you're not gonna be. You don't have to. Yeah, just a little more. Like go back
great.
up. We don't need to see all of the cups.
We're fine.
And then you'll
really
be shooting. You'll be shooting from like the backpack. You can also
just broke something else. You just broke
move the
something
whole
else.
table back.
Yeah, I guess I can do that.
I was like, you can move the table.
I will just
back
say, I apologize in advance to everyone because this is like you're gonna see some marital dynamics here
That
come out.
sounds like Paranormal Activity.
Paramarital dynamic.
Paranormal Activity.
Sorry, y'all. I'm probably gonna lose a lot of support after this one.
Is that beer, Trace?
Yes.
It almost looks like it could be an energy drink.
It's a Michelob
Ultra.
I'm not really a beer drinker. I actually really hate beer. So again,
right.
The blasphemy that comes
Could have
out of
made a
this
mixed
man's
drink
mouth.
on the side and use water cups.
I do have a mixed drink on the side. I have a water, vodka, and lemon juice here, and I have a vodka shot with Gatorade here.
I love how prepared you are.
Right.
Always prepared.
All right. I'm gonna assume
so hardcore.
that no one's given Trace the official rules, right?
No, can I get through it? You want me to do it?
Just sit.
You do what you gotta do.
You can just show your face. I mean, we trust that you're not gonna cheat. We know you.
Yeah. Well, actually, I do know Trace, so.
Actually, never mind. Yeah, maybe that's.
Wait. Trace. You seem very far away from the table. If anything, I would raise the camera a little and push the cups. Yeah. Or, I mean, that kind of kills your behind the back chances, but.
There you go.
The way I normally do it is I put things under the table. I mean, y'all have seen my setup for a few weeks now. It looks okay.
Yeah.
There are ways to do it.
This is what
You're fine. You're fine.
We got a winner.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah, and you can even lift the camera up a little bit, like to show more of you. Yeah.
Well, he grabs a book like he can't just tilt it. Like, I need a book to do this.
It's on my video game strategy.
He's not a great problem solver, so this is par for the course.
As he still cut his head off. I know. I can tell. In any case.
I feel like we're getting like 75% of your head right now, though.
All right. We're going to get started.
That's plenty of heads.
All right, rule master.
Usually you want 100% there, but. Rule master, yes. So beer pong. It's 6 cups and it's virtual, as you see, Trace. So bouncing will not count. You have to shoot it directly in. That's the only thing that counts. You only get 1 rack per team per game. So you and Perri will decide when you want to take your rack per game. You only get 1 isolation cup per person per game. So if there's a cup that's not touching anything and you say isolation and you hit that one that's not touching anything, you get to take 2 away. If you miss it, it's the same as missing it, but it's the only cup you can hit. So that's once a game if you want to try it. If the ball hits a cup and rolls on your table and you catch it before it hits the ground, you can do a behind the back shot. And I think that's pretty much it. If you and Perri or myself and Andrew hit 2 in a row to finish the game, that's game over. Unless it's rebuttals otherwise. So if I hit 1 cup, Ari misses, you guys get to go again and try to like come back and do an overtime. But I think that's pretty much everything.
I missed all of that, so I'm just gonna try to go.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
That's perfect.
Don't worry,
right,
we'll walk you through it.
I'm just gonna throw it.
Matt, your sweatpants are real cool.
Yeah, I know. And wait, I have a cool new shirt too. It just says dogs, or sorry, it says socks because dogs.
I was like, it doesn't say dogs.
See, Travis Earl knows what's up. I'm also a red wine drinker, but it's really hard to beer pong with red wine because chugging red wine, I have 100% done. It's difficult but doable.
Yeah, don't encourage that, please.
Yeah, it's nothing you really want to chug. All right, so me or you, Ari?
All right, champs, go first.
Matt, why don't you go first? I'm a little rusty today.
Oh, I didn't miss. All right, I didn't hit. Sorry, I missed.
I'm out of my element because I'm at home in the garage.
Haha.
Oh no.
Oh, not too bad.
Yep.
But...
All right, Trace, do you want to go first or do you want me to?
I can go first. Did he make it? Oh, he didn't make it. Oh, I'm just shooting.
No, he didn't.
No. Yep. Just one?
Just one.
Do it. You got one.
Fuck.
That was a pretty good shot, though.
So this is a fun tidbit. Trace is like notoriously unsportsmanly whenever we play games. So I don't really play games with him very often because he gets really mean. So
that sounds like my kind of partner. Someone who's actually going to do the taunting with me.
I don't like to lose. No, I don't like to lose. I don't like being a loser. No one likes to
I'm right there with
There
you.
it is.
We're a perfect match, Trace. We're going to crush it.
I don't know about all that. But.
I'm 0 for 2 to start, so not a really great place to start.
Man,
okay. Second, middle left.
Middle left, got it.
All right, here's where we sneak up and get ahead of you guys. All right, okay. Trace, you want to go first again?
Yeah, I'll go first. So wait, do we not drink these? I mean, all right. Oh, right. Y'all don't do beer. What? Okay.
Well, it's drinking what you hit, I would say. So it's like it's kind of the reverse, where it's like,
yeah. Okay. Fuck.
Oh, and you'll also hear that a lot after every
What's the reaction every time you miss?
It's going to be.
It bounced off the rim.
This is funny considering last time I asked, like, oh, is this podcast or is this stream rated mature? Because I said, like, shit or something.
Yeah, I'm glad we clarified that early.
I feel like something's wrong with my house.
It's a Laura Barnes scenario.
Did he make it?
No.
Nope.
All right, Trace, you're up.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Man, I'm 0 for 3 to start. What the hell?
Fuck me.
Oh, my.
Are you drunk, Matt?
No, not at all. I've only had a single beer so far.
That's probably why. That's probably you need to work on it.
You're right. That is a good call.
Wait, what the fuck is this?
I know.
It
keeps bouncing off the rims.
What have I changed in the past 2 weeks?
I think I do. Back middle. Back middle.
All right.
So we have an ISO cup for you.
The person who was saying he was going to be off today is hitting all the cups.
Maybe this is where I thrive in the garage.
I think I need a shot.
All right. Is it my turn now?
Yep.
Okay. Yes! Okay. The back left.
This guy. All right. I'm going to keep this going and bring it on back right now.
All right, I'll do a shot for you.
Thank you, because I don't have any liquor. I'm just going to drink more of this quickly.
Fine.
Yes.
You called it.
I got the front one.
Yeah!
And we get to go again.
Yep.
Oh my God.
All right, so Trace, you can shoot again.
Okay. Fuck! Oh!
I'm feeling
it like went back. Thank you, Christy.
All right. I got the second row, the right cup.
So you're left with a little triangle now?
No, I'm left with like a funky looking.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Christy, please don't turn on me.
Turn anyway.
All right, you have 3 left, right?
I have 4.
Yeah, we have 3.
Yeah, we have 3.
Y'all have 3. Sorry. I'm gonna take a screenshot right now to commemorate this moment because this is very rare to get Trace to play beer pong.
Take a screenshot. I'm gonna go for the ISO while you try that.
I'm more of a flip cup person.
I still think we should do a virtual flip cup.
I agree.
Oh, Matt, you were so close, but it didn't go in.
Can I go for the ISO, Matt? If you already went for it,
you can.
But if you go for it once, then and you missed it. That's it.
That's it. Yep. You got 1 ISO go.
Okay. Ah!
Oh boy.
So Trace, do you want to turn this into a line?
Sure, why not?
I'm a big fan of the power out.
You're a fan of the line? Okay, I was thinking a mini triangle, but I can do a line.
Because if we hit one of these, then it's still
you do a line, Trace?
a line after.
That's enough. Nah.
Was that a drug joke? Was that a drug joke?
No, not at all. What are you talking about?
Red Hood. Redhead, I'm gonna need you to be more vocal in your support now that I know that Christy was always Team Perry. Thank you, Christy, for the support.
Waiting to strike. Waiting to strike.
Is it our turn? Is it our turn?
It's your turn.
I'll give you guys
right.
one.
All right. Fuck.
Trace going with the underhand on the straight line.
All right. I'm feeling pretty good now. I think I got
Yeah,
it.
I know. I don't like this.
I don't think so. Actually, no. You're gonna be amazing.
No, I got it.
Ari, Nato, y'all can go. No, stop that. Stop that.
Holy shit! What is happening? Okay, I missed
Have you
again.
hit a single cup nut?
No, I have not.
Are you okay?
Yeah, you're
I
a
don't
fucking
know.
loser.
Back right.
That was a good shot.
Back right?
Yes, sir.
Oh man! All right. Holy shit! What is happening?
Trace, you could take the front cup away.
The front cup?
Front cup.
Yeah.
We're down to 2.
Yeah, baby. Okay.
So
Oh,
we could win on this turn.
We could.
I'm
You
feeling good about it.
Christy, thank you. I do appreciate that.
Oh my god, I'm already drunk.
This?
And I do support people supporting horror queers, Andrew. So horror queers gets more listeners. That's my livelihood as well.
All right. This doesn't feel natural to me. Like I feel like I need to do the underhand.
You do what feels natural. You do what feels
should
natural.
do it. I think that's a great idea.
See, okay, this is a real stereotype, but I actually do have a limp wrist where I can't. Like when I bowl, my wrist just like flops, and so my ball always. I need bumpers when I bowl.
Yeah, fucking spaghetti wrists over there.
It's the balloon hands, Matt. Do you remember that video?
Yes, 100%. Oh my god, no, bad.
Hey, Harry?
Taking it back.
I
want to
meant
go?
Are we
You wanna do
re-racking?
a straight line? Yeah.
you guys
Yeah,
should
straight line.
re-rack.
All right.
You guys are in trouble. 'Cause
They are.
Sure.
We're gonna clear the rack on this next turn.
Now, also, Ari, I want to
Matt-
try you going first.
Yeah, let me go. I'll go first. That's fine.
You go first. You've been carried.
Back up.
Nice. Back.
Dude,
Yes, sir.
you've been playing well ever since you came on the show, but this is like another person tonight. This is real fucking
I love it. No, I'll take it.
very impressed.
Holy fuck!
And I'm getting the biggest kick out of Matt not hitting a single shot right now.
Yeah, he's like the worst beer pong player I've ever seen in my life.
I know. What's going on?
Right
He's
now I
the
am,
worst
yeah.
on the show.
Absolutely.
Perri
Right now I
is
am.
the best beer pong player ever, and we should all build her up
Actually, yeah, I think
Don't do that.
with no pressure at all.
Perry has hit 3 of our 4 cups. I've only gotten 1. She's actually carrying the team right now.
No, Trace, you're supposed to shit talk me because if you say nice things, then I don't do well anymore.
She starts
All
talking
right, well,
about
fuck off and get one right
Yes.
next
That's what I like to hear.
time. Is it my turn? Are we
Yes,
going?
it is.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yes!
That's
All right.
the front one?
The one closest to the computer.
The back one.
Back one.
Yeah, there you go.
Shit. Can I close it out? Might be
Oh
able-
man.
Matt, I will not stand for losing to Trace.
I have failed you horrendously this game. I don't know what's happening.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Boom.
All right.
Did you get it?
That I did.
All right.
Ah! Man, how does it feel to be a bunch of losers?
There it is. There it is. That's the
It's
Trace
so
I
much
know.
more fun to win with Trace.
Oh man.
Oh,
I'm trying to
yeah,
think.
I mean,
I'm trying to think, Perri, if you've had any partners that were similarly like, they like to. What's the word?
Hey,
Not
we-
shit talk. There's a word.
Are we playing again? We didn't just that's it?
Yes,
We're not
Oh, it's best of 3. It's best
Best
of
of
3.
three.
So you have to reload all your beer, I guess.
Oh my god, I'm so full. I don't like beer because it fills me up and I feel disgusting.
Put water in the
Good.
cups.
Drink
I feel
more.
The only other person I've really won with is Christy.
I was gonna say Christy is the only one that I remember who was a little bit of a shit
Sure.
talker.
I'm
Matt,
gonna do
did I
very
ever
low.
have somebody else on back to back?
Yeah, you had Al on. You had
No. I know I had people one time, but I didn't have Al twice.
No, you won with Al.
Did I win with Al?
Yeah, you and Al dethroned me and Lindsay.
I bet Al feels very fucking
Oh,
good.
did Al come back?
Yeah, and then Al came back, and then me
Oh,
and
because he
Joe,
played on his knees with like bouncy balls or some shit like that.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, I remember this now. It's been a long 10 months.
Tracy Roth. Oh, I like that. I was going for Trary, but that's better.
Oh.
Trary
What
works.
else do we have?
I think Trary works.
Tracy Roth.
My last name is Thurman, so it could be Nimmy Man.
I'm into that. All right, Trace, we're up. We get to go first because we're the champs now.
Yep.
We're the in-game champs.
You can go first this time. We can switch it up.
Okay. All right.
But don't fuck it up.
Red Hood, thank you for the positive energy.
I'm pretty good.
I mean, I don't understand what's happening. I know.
I'm very
understand
concerned.
what's happening.
All right. Wasn't a bad shot. Wasn't a bad shot.
More of that, please.
My wrist did it again. It went like that.
Way too limp.
All right, front cup. We're getting back.
Finally hit a cup.
I don't know where to go.
Matt,
That has
was
been an
your
issue.
longest cold streak ever.
Dude, that was rough.
Front right.
Boo.
All right.
Boo. You better hurry up before we hit all our shots and catch up.
Oh,
to you.
there's the ball.
Jesus.
I hope you enjoyed it while it lasted, Matt.
Uh-huh.
All right.
It's all right.
All right, Trace. I'm going to hit that front cup right now.
All right.
I did. Look at that.
She hit the fronty.
I like that front cup.
Okay. Just double-handed.
Use both hands. There you go. Got it in.
Whatever works for you.
God damn it.
That was not half bad, though.
I'm going to continue that because the trick is you have to, instead of like bouncing it up, you have to have it kind of roll out the front.
Back left.
Matt, have you ever tried to underhand it? I feel like with your skee ball skills, you might.
Yeah, so, yes. My one friend in Jersey, when we played, we always played underhand for some reason because he wanted to. So it was like a dare. So we would play full games underhand.
Huh.
I'm about ready to shit talk some of these commenters in here that are cheering for Donato and Ari. All right.
Do it. Watch them all turn on you.
Cheers, watcher.
I'll take what I can
I
get.
will be an agent of chaos.
The back one on the left.
So the back corner.
Back left.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
It wasn't soft snake.
Oh, we got
All right.
cheers for everyone here.
Hey.
And
Cheers for
Christy.
everyone.
Fuck!
Christy, you're not wrong. Nope.
Holy shit.
Matt is stressed tonight.
I'm not stressed. I'm just confused.
Front cup. Every time I hear front cup, I'm thinking about In Jennifer's Body when that guy's like, I can see your front butt, and he's talking about a vagina.
Thanks for explaining that, Trace. No one got that. Oh man,
I got that front row on the right.
Oh my god. You were like, you are carrying us this time. Oh, let me drink this.
I feel like I like got my mojo.
This time. Okay.
I realized how to hit cups again.
Yeah, I got 2 of the 6 cups last time, Ari.
Christy, I want to
This is
game
true.
for you as well.
This is true.
Ari, can you hear him in the garage?
Oh, I'm at home at my parents' house.
Shit, I didn't know you were in completely different houses.
We're
Oh,
like
yeah,
300
I know.
miles away.
We are
Yeah.
300 miles
you were
away.
just being like cool and like setting up in 2 different rooms to maintain the illusion.
No, honestly,
so
we haven't seen each other in like 5 days, maybe 6 days.
Mhm. He's in Lubbock, which is like the ass end of West Texas. I mean, that's El Paso.
Okay.
It's a Northwest Texas Panhandle, so yeah, it's been pretty like icy and cold over here.
Ugh. There's going to be a lot of snow
Did
in
you go,
New York
Matt?
this week, and I'm sad.
Dude, I missed again. I am so
Oh my god, Matt.
Donato, I hope you do anything else better than you play beer pong.
Oh damn, Trace.
Trace, do you
Oh,
want to put it
damn.
into a line, or do you want to give this rack one more try?
No, we can do a line. Let's do a line.
All right.
I love a good line, don't I, Donato?
He could have actually complimented you on something else that you do, but he chose to just say.
He chose to say that. He chose to say what he said.
It could have been like, "Oh, I'm glad you're a
Okay,
writer than you
y'all
are."
need to shut up and let us talk, okay? Y'all are over
Perri's
making
making art noises, and I shoot.
Okay, I gotta get one to feel like I'm contributing here.
No, that's okay.
All right.
I'm really into the underhand approach, though.
I like it.
There's potential here.
Ah, no, I didn't do it.
I was like, I heard it hit the ground. Ari, are we going line?
Yes, please.
We all should do lines.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Don't
do drugs, kids.
I like how you make fun of me for making a joke and you just go there.
But could you just imagine if we all just like busted out like our own glass plates and just had lines to do? And we're just like,
maybe I did.
No, I can't.
Laura Barnes, we never know whose team she's going to be on.
Front cuff.
Matt. All right, the pressure's on. You don't want to miss this because it could be it.
Red Hood, yes, it is.
I know it.
Fuck. Wait, how many cups y'all left?
We got one left.
They have one of these too. We still could be good.
We're still in the game.
Sorry, that was the back one. Ari, that was back.
Back cut, yes, sir.
I'm not worried because I know for a fact Matt's gonna miss this.
Yeah, he really sucks.
He's way too off tonight.
Yep, that hit that.
Just like that.
But we gotta watch out for Ari, who's like a secret pro, but he really actually sucks in secret.
That was a really good shot.
All right.
Okay.
All right, we go into it with the advantage.
I'm hitting that front cup.
I gotta get one.
Well, so Trace, so if Perri hits this, she gets to go again. So it's like you go until you miss when it's the rebuttal. So when it's hold on.
I got it.
I'm jealous of your table because if I did that on my table, it would literally collapse.
Did I get air? Like, was I suspended in there?
Your feet were in the air. We saw feet on that, I think.
You might have been, yeah.
Y'all shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Let me just do this.
No, shit.
Everyone make fart noises.
We gotta do
just
shit.
Like,
okay.
No, Trace, it's
What?
Perri's behind the back shot.
What?
Wait, I didn't understand those rules then.
Hold on, yeah. Your Trace, don't worry about it. We're gonna. Your
worry.
Shot didn't count.
Yeah,
Perri just hit her behind the back.
Wait, she got it?
Yeah, she just hit her behind the back.
Oh my God.
Perri, that was beautiful, and I'm actually really happy for you.
Yep.
Wait, so what does that mean?
It just means she has bragging rights.
Okay, so wait, was it the front or the back cup, Perri?
It was the front cup.
You always get the front butt.
But watch, I'm going to end
Front
the game right now, so we go into overtime at least.
All right. Oh, Jesus.
Perri, it looks like you're awfully close to that cup, but anyway.
Oh, shut up. Did you get that? Did you get that?
I'm like,
Yes.
like this is my body, like my full body.
No. That's fine.
I have not seen you in person for like 3 years. I don't know the length of your body, you know.
She's
Okay,
tiny.
hold on.
She's a tiny person.
I'm 5'4".
Yeah, I sat next to her. I think when we watched Atomic Blonde at South by, I think that's when I sat next to you, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you're Perri."
I think we sat next to each other for "Don't Breathe" maybe a while ago.
So wait,
Oh, that was
now
a long
Trace.
time ago. What?
Okay,
I'm gonna take a shot at this.
Now Trace, you have to hit that last cup, and if you hit it, we go first in overtime.
No, I thought we won. Like we're done.
No,
No.
not at all.
We're still alive though.
Yeah, this is it's either you go first or second. There's no pressure here. It's just first or second.
No, oh god, this is really frustrating. Okay, no, didn't get it.
This was a good shot though.
I overshoot.
It was straight.
My arms are too strong. It was straight, but my arms are just. I don't know my own strength. You know, it just like.
Matt, can I go?
Yeah, absolutely. You're ready. Go for it.
Are you serious?
That bounced out
Oh
of
my
the inside
god,
of
this
the
is
cup.
getting so intense.
Oh god, I hate all of you except for Perri. Perri's good.
I appreciate that. All right. You might hate me, though, because I feel like I'm going to hit the front cup, even though I'd like the back.
Wait, why do you have 3?
Because
so now it's overtime.
So you have
So
to have
overtime because you guys tied it. So what had happened is Ari and
What happened was
Ari and I finished the game, but you guys hit your rebuttals so that you took us into overtime. So now it's still the same game, but we're playing with 3 cups in a triangle.
Okay, I don't understand these rules, and I think y'all are making them up so you can win. But
yeah, 100%. Yep. We haven't been doing this for 41 weeks. It's fine.
Oh my god, that's almost a year. That is insane.
Who is this person claiming
Legitimately, though.
No one has testicles in this game?
Is that gay joke?
ZXC1972. You know what I can do with you?
Oh.
I'm gonna put you in timeout. How do you like that?
Wait.
Okay.
Wait.
That's what happens when you say not nice things on this show. You go in timeout.
The funny thing is, like, I haven't experienced like a gay joke like that since I was in middle school, maybe. Like, that is insane. Oh my god, what a fucker.
Oh,
Yep,
Perri,
that's why That's
Perri,
why we
there's
make an example, and then we put you in timeout.
Also,
because
wait,
you're
if
not welcome here.
If you watched more gay porn, you would see lots of testicles. There's plenty
Oh,
of testicles.
Lord.
True. Thanks, Trace. Thanks for that. You have a shot to take, Trace.
A shot?
Well, I mean, if you want to take that shot, that's fine. But an actual a pong shot to take.
Right, I have like half of a. I'm already wasted.
This is probably good for us, Matt.
It's because I have no testicles.
Is
It's
it?
because I have no testicles. It makes me like get drunk faster. That's the thing.
Yeah, men hold their alcohol in their testicles. It's
And he has none, so it just goes straight to the blood.
Yeah, we have less body mass, right? Because there's no meat there, so it's like, oh, just booze. Okay, so I'm going. Okay.
Yes, you're going, but you gotta.
Oh, I thought that was going.
That was kind of like a parrot.
You guys are in such big trouble now because you're
Ari,
alive,
near you.
and it's such a shitty situation.
Go ahead.
It's so difficult to hit a cup, like so hard. Are you going to go over?
The middle one.
I've been drinking beer.
Ugh.
What was that pairing? Do you get? It's so hard to go over to what? I don't understand.
Shit.
Hard.
All right.
Yeah.
So
felt
is it over or do we get rebuttals?
No, that's it. That's 2 in a row.
All right, that's fair. That was
Wait, did they win?
They did.
We
win.
won that game. So now we have the final game to see who wins, Trace.
How does it feel to be
Damn
a
it!
loser, Trace?
It really sucks. But y'all would know because y'all were there first. God damn it.
I don't care. That ending of the game pre whatever that was amazing.
That's exactly what- that's
Wait.
You're right.
Can I
You
be
know
a
I'm
tiny...
clipping that out and sharing it on social media immediately.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, that's a good.
Hey, can I actually like take like 30 seconds to pee?
Oh my god.
I know.
Can't get through 3 games of beer pong without peeing? Oh my god.
Can I 30 seconds? Seriously, can I pee?
Yeah.
for 30 seconds?
I'm gonna time you. I'm gonna count it.
I actually
gonna
think
count it.
that's our first pee request.
That is literally the first pee break we've ever had on the Merri
Not
Hour.
remotely surprising to me.
But I can't remember. I feel like Joe used to hang out for so long and then like disappear for a hot second. Like, could he have gone to the bathroom?
No, he was
I'm
making
sure.
drinks. I can confirm he
that's
was
probably
making
true.
drinks.
You're probably right on that.
I just had a nice lemon drop sour that was very good.
Ooh,
What is that?
What's the,
Oh,
can you
a
send me a
beer?
photo of that?
Yes, I will gladly. It's Resolute Brewing Company, part of my beer drop.
Matt, show it to the
all the
camera.
fuss.
Show it
All
to
the
the
fuss.
camera. Oh, well, hello there.
So my last beer drop delivery, I feel like I did it so dirty because I drank most of them after I had already been drinking. And it was a mess. Like I was very not sober.
Well, because I get a lot of like milkshake IPAs and stuff like that, the heavier stuff. So like I try to start my night with like 1 or 2 of these and enjoy them, and then I go to my shit stuff after that.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
I actually wasn't peeing. I was checking to make sure I had testicles because I was really worried if
That That person is never coming back to this show, and I declare that a win for everyone.
No, it's always one of those
10 out of 10.
It's like Jay and Silent Bob whenever they go and meet all their trolls. Like I really want to do that sometimes, and I'm like, oh, let's do it. Like,
we can do that here.
You dox them.
Perri, if you didn't notice, we had commenters all night negging us for the Gina Carano
Well,
stuff. So we asked for it. It's fine.
I saw some of that, but sometimes I lose that when I need to flag a super chat because we have wonderful people who support this channel and are super kind and generous people, and that's where my focus is, not on the other bullshit.
I will say I was with the Carano stuff. I watched that clip from Fast and Furious 6 when Michelle Rodriguez beats the fuck out of Gina Carano in the subway. It's a really good.
It's so good.
It's real good. Like beats the fuck out of her, and then of course when she gets harpooned out of the airplane at the very end of the movie. Spoiler alert, but it's really good.
We've got Annabelle here. How are you doing, my friend? I hope you're having a good weekend. I like this. Perri cemented all-star status today. I will agree with you. Matt rocks hard as always. Fine, I'll agree with that. Appreciate y'all coming through for the high-quality hijinks. Lol. Whenever I say lull and not LOL, I think of Matt Donato.
Lol.
Matt, can you give us a lull? Give us like a big lull.
Lol.
There you go.
Low.
Red Hood. Someone called. Oh, that y'all were called Marxist by the.
No, we were all called Marxist. Yeah, we were called Marxist before.
Okay.
Wait, this Christy is the Christy that I know, right?
No,
I don't think so.
No, it's
not.
It's a very cool Christy. I can confirm that.
She is very cool.
That's great. That's awesome. I love
near you, Ari.
Oh, I can go.
I hope you're having good drinks tonight, Christy.
I'm drunk.
Nope, nothing.
Oh no! Look what
It's all right.
happened. The first round where we beat you.
Right.
Trace, do you want to switch it up again? And do you want to go first?
Yeah, I think me going second really fucked me. So let me try it first. Fuck!
That was close, though. I felt pretty good about that.
I actually did hit the cups. It just bounced. I think I'll just move my position. I'll move like right here. Oh man.
I got the front fucking cup again.
Oh well, you know what?
I mean, I'm happy to have hit a cup, but a lot of other cups would be more helpful.
I love hitting cups.
Really? Is that supposed to be like an innuendo? I'm very confused.
I don't know what that was supposed to be be honest.
The way you said it, it was like you were like really going for something there.
I love hitting front butts.
Matt,
you do not
what
like
is it?
For this.
That he does not.
Matt has a signature lean into the mic move when he hits a cup. That's like his cup hitting swagger.
Did he make it, or did he suck again?
Matt made it. Okay, y'all are up.
So we're all even.
Yeah. All right. Yes. Okay. Back row, middle.
Back row. That is a good cup to have hit.
Oh my god! Thank you. Oh my god! You're the best partner ever. That sounded like sarcasm, but it really was not sarcasm.
And I very much meant that because I feel like I have a good shot at hitting one of these right now.
Okay.
Because your arm is so long, you can just drop it right in the way it looks on.
Oh my god! Y'all are such fucking sore losers. I'm sorry that we're better than you.
All right, I purposely went for the cup in the back row just to give it more length and make it more challenging. The back one on the right, Trace.
Got it. All right, I get the gist now.
We go again.
Matt, we got to do this. We got to do something. They can't do this.
I get to go again because we both got it.
That you do.
Oh my god, that's like Christmas. Okay. Is it? Fuck off, Matt. I'm sorry you don't know what it means to win and with the feeling of joy that it gives you. Ugh, God.
Ari, how many weeks in a row did we win? I'm
a million.
That was close.
Yeah.
That was close.
Yeah, I did hit it, but yeah, it bounced off.
All right. I'm going for the one in the middle right now.
I'm trying to make that. Well, the ISO doesn't even matter at this point.
Nah.
Okay, T-Money, I love you.
I'll take that.
Right. Wait, did she
Ari,
get it?
near you.
As long as it's not a bad mess, I'm usually satisfied. And look at how many cups they have left. Jeez.
I know. It's like I've never seen people lose so bad. Like they're like the biggest losers.
That's a big rack.
Y'all are the biggest losers. Like,
thank you very much.
Y'all are the biggest losers.
Actually, to be fair, Ari and I do have nice racks. That's fine.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not going to deny that.
Flash them titties.
Well, fuck that shit.
Yeah, fuck that. That's stupid.
See, but now they're both going to call ISO and they're both going to miss.
They're probably going to say that we cheated or something because they're losers.
Me or you, Ari?
You can go.
Okay. I'm going to get greedy. I'm going to ISO.
I trust you.
Greedy.
Oh my god, that scared me so bad.
That was the true hard part.
No, the thing is that when they're about to go
that one day,
you go mess up.
Gift one of those.
Matt, what should I do?
Do whatever makes you feel comfortable. If you want to go for those 2 cups, go for them. You don't have to go for the ISO. We can take the lead.
Okay, let's just do it.
Oh no,
yeah, go for the 2 cups.
Opportunity.
Back right.
There you go. See?
Y'all are some stupid fuckers.
Straight line.
You married one of those stupid fuckers.
He sure did. And whenever he gets to the point, you can tell when he gets drunk because his like comebacks are literally just, you're stupid. You're a fucker.
I mean, he's not wrong, but I'm also right. I'm very right. Y'all are very stupid. Next time I'll just...
Y'all are up.
We should line it up again. I feel like that's...
Yeah.
Thank you, Evan. Evan, they sure do. Thank you.
Now I think I need a line to like get myself back on.
I will say this: I have known Matt for a few years now, and I like always just love talking shit to Matt and whatever. But I have very much enjoyed being his partner, and I've come to trust him.
This feels like an exit speech right now. Like,
wait, Perri. No. Perri, legitimate question. Someone in the chat wants to know who the other person in the thumbnail is that's not Betty Gilpin.
Wait. Where is this? Who said it?
You're right.
Oh, anyone know the actress in the thumbnail, not Betty Gilpin? That's Eiza Gonzalez. She's been out in the movie I Care a Lot, which I think she's quite excellent in.
She's in that?
Yeah. She's great. She's great in it too. She's basically the main supporting character opposite Rosamund Pike, and both of them are excellent in the movie.
I love both of them.
She also took over the role of Santanico Pandemonium from Salma Hayek in the From Dusk Till Dawn TV show.
She did.
And she's good in it.
She's really good in it.
Well, except for what's her name? Madison.
I don't know what her name is. She was really good.
Her character was great. It was
that show. Once you got past the first season of that show, which was basically just the first like movie, but like stretched to a season. When you got to season 2 and 3, like it was really fucking good. But
I will say that we had a press day for that Dusk Till Dawn show in Austin, and that was my first press event.
Was that at South by Southwest?
No, it was outside of South by.
They film it in Austin. They film it in Austin, so they did press days in Austin for it.
Matt, did you come with me to the
I had the worst experience at that press day, and we'll get into that on another podcast. But like Robert Rodriguez just fucking blew me off, and it was the worst.
I just remember being sweaty. Half of it was outside.
No,
it was raining. We had to do video interviews outside with rain behind our audio.
I did the press day for season 2, and Rodriguez. Well, this might bite me in the ass later, but Rodriguez was he was a dick. I did not like him at all. I was like, you don't come off very nice at all. But all the people on the show and
everyone else was great.
Gary Busey was like super fun.
Not Gary Busey. It's what's his name?
Jake Busey.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Not Gary Busey. Little Busey.
Can you imagine if Gary Busey just showed up to a press day for no reason, like just to hang out?
No, but Jay Busey was really fine. Like the whole cast is great, but honestly, with Rodriguez, I was kind of like, "You're kind of a dick, man." I I really like a lot of his work, but I mean, like, yeah, I didn't have a good impression.
Perri and Matt, is this bad for your brand right now to have Trace drunkenly spilling tea like this?
Trace's brand. We don't give a fuck what he says.
Yeah, it's not,
I don't endorse it.
Yeah,
Look, if Robert Rodriguez wants to come to me and say, "I'm sorry that you thought that I was an asshole," which is really
Oh my god. Anyway,
retweets are not endorsements. Retweets are not endorsements.
No,
Robert Rodriguez is welcome on the Merri Hour when Trace and I win and Matt needs a new partner.
That's true. But in order to do that, you guys have to hit some of these cups.
Sorry.
Yeah, you have to actually start playing again. I mean, I don't know if that's.
I feel pretty good about this. It's okay.
I know you do.
They're not going to hit their cups. I know it.
Isa Gonzalez, though, she is beautiful and she's a great actress, and she's really nice.
Line them up, Ari.
All right, this is really upsetting.
This is ugly.
Also,
Perri, do you know what helps keep me centered whenever I am playing against you? Because you do actually like stress me out sometimes, but I listen to music and it's very calming and it's lovely.
Really?
It hasn't felt. Yeah, everyone should do it. It's really nice. Soundtrack. It's great.
What are these stupid hexagonal cups that Donato has?
They're beautiful.
That's stupid.
Matt is convinced that it makes it more difficult, but I'm convinced that it makes it easier because it takes all the negative space.
No, it's an angle. Honestly, that is cheating. Because if it lands in a corner, it just rolls in instead of bouncing out on the round edge.
Actually,
really
false.
Stupid.
It bounces out on a hexagon because it forms an
You
angle.
go fuck yourself, Donato. No, you're wrong. Like literally bend your cock over and fuck your own ass. That is literally.
Oh my! There it is.
That is cheating.
NC-17 rating.
Now you understand how competitive Trace gets.
Children here.
No, because now it's
children here anyway.
We might.
There really shouldn't.
We just missed. We missed both our shots.
We might lose. Okay.
All right. You got this, Trace.
We both missed. So it's on you guys.
Oh, I thought that was going in. I feel pretty good about that shot right now.
It rounded out. It literally went in and rounded out. And you know why? Because I have a round fucking cup, Donato.
Hey, so I will say this. If anyone out there ever is considering, I mean, if you haven't heard Horror Queers, then, this is probably for you. But if you're ever considering bringing Trace on as a guest on your podcast or anything, it's going to be like a Sarah Silverman situation. Like, you're going to have to prepare for vulgarity and
dirty words
to lose some sponsors.
Ari,
I have no sponsors. We're good.
Before I guess on anything,
wait.
I always. What?
I think I should go first.
Go first. Go ahead.
I think we should switch.
Yeah, go back. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, you're right. No, you were doing so well. That makes sense. I haven't hit a single. Wait, I hit one this round. That's it.
We have to hit next. Ari, we got to hit next.
Your moment, Trace.
It bounced off again.
Is it me or you?
I think Donato.
Well, actually, what do you feel comfortable with? Because you've had a night.
God.
Oh, I feel comfortable doing whatever you want to do. I'm just gonna throw it back on you.
Actually, let me try first.
I like it.
Oh, you're just gonna try?
Okay.
Now Matt's gonna try. And he's gonna miss.
Front.
I really hate.
I lost.
Our opposing team.
Front. Okay.
Yeah, go.
So 1-2 right now. I'm gonna hit and then you're gonna hit.
Yeah, let's go. Come on. Beat these stupid.
I lost the ball. I think I've lost 2 or 3 balls tonight.
I'm a little off to the side.
Oh, that's what that guy was commenting on. You just can't keep hold of them.
What the fuck is this?
All right.
Thank you,
we got one
You're
left.
not wrong,
Perri.
This is why I don't play games with
Perri,
him.
I was really hoping that we would beat, because I am so tired of hearing Ari be like, "Oh, we won."
Isn't it annoying? It's annoying.
And I'm like, I would love to beat your ass. Let's do flip cup.
Matt, look at my paper towel.
Trace, you know what? I will beat your ass in flip cup too.
You know what's in the cup? You know what's in the cup?
You did the lean. You're doing the lean right now. I know that's your way about boasting about getting the shot.
Like the fucking douchebags you are.
Hey.
Stupid hexagonal cups.
Trace, this is our last.
I know.
Chance. You want to
I
start, or do
know.
you want me to?
No, go ahead.
Alright,
I think.
Can I hit?
I'm really sorry. I feel so bad. I wanted to like make this for you, Perry. I wanted to like.
I feel like I've like blown it in this last game, though. I don't feel good about how I played.
But you pwned the last game, and I'm bringing in some like mid 2000s middle school dialogue.
You're about to get pwned.
That's
I just
it.
think
Did
of
you
that
get
South
it?
Park
I
episode.
got one.
Wait, which one?
The front cup.
Of course, you got the front butt.
Matt, Chrissy says the lean is hot, but we
Just
gotta remember
one.
Chrissy
Yes,
also
it
is self-proclaimed inebriated at the moment.
That's
All right.
fair. That's fair.
So I
That's
still
just
get a
some
shot.
friendly
You-
teenage.
You gotta hit these 2 cups, Trace.
Hot man.
Thank you, Chrissy. That is from South Park. You're
I
about to
didn't
get
get it. No, I didn't get it.
Trace, you have something going with the underhand shot, though.
I like the underhand. Wait, so are we done? Did we like officially lose?
That's it.
Don't
That
let
is
anyone
loose.
talk
That's
you out of
lost.
it.
I'm so happy right now to have
You
you
got
as my
so
husband.
cocky after
Listen.
this game.
All right.
So
You-
cocky.
I love seeing your face, but I'm so glad we have Power Hour next week because I need to regroup and recenter and figure some shit out.
I literally want to murder both of you right now. I fucking hate you. If I could stab you both in the face, like collectively, I would really.
Is this what you were
enjoy
talking
that.
about with the competitiveness, Ari?
Yeah, it's terrible. I don't deal with it.
No. Okay, look. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to win, and in
I
this
will
case,
not
I
look.
would literally murder you to be like, "Oh, we won by default," because we did.
All right, it's a good thing you're away right now.
Yeah, I was gonna
It
say
is.
it's good that you're not in the
That's
same place right now.
Well, everyone, I'm just gonna it's like a movie right now because I'm like anyone who can hear this right now. If you find my body, if my body turns up dead,
Be approved.
please watch this back. You'll know who did it.
All right, that was intense. We're out of here. Before we go, Trace, what would you like to plug? The floor is yours.
Oh, my knees.
That's actually scary.
Not a position I'm unfamiliar with. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus Christ.
You're not kidding. It's fine. Own it.
So yeah, my name is
Yeah,
Trace
he's not
Freeman.
kidding.
I am the co-host of Bloody Disgusting's Horror Queers podcast with my lovely Canadian Canik co-host Joe Bissett.
Canik.
Sure,
You really
I say,
pronounce things you pronounce things in a very strange way.
you know, I've actually never said it on the pod, and Joe's never corrected me, so whatever. Anyway,
fair.
so Joe and I, we look at horror films through a queer lens. We also look at horror films with queer aspects, and we talk about them a lot, and it's really fun. We also bring on guests because we are 2 white cisgender gay men, so we try to bring in guests that are not that to help us bring in outside perspectives. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Traced. TRACED Thurman, and find Horror Queers at Horror Queers wherever you search for things.
You got so professional all of a sudden.
Because I haven't
All of a sudden.
After you're
No, we actually
filth you were spewing.
we actually recorded my birthday episode this week, and I got fucking wasted for it because I was like, whatever. But it's also on a movie that involves child molestation, and it was like. It's Freeway, by the way. Freeway.
I will say one time. I guessed
Yeah.
the first episode I guessed it on for the podcast. Trace also got very wasted.
No,
and it's a notorious episode
No, don't.
because he was a mess.
No,
Listen to it because I was on it. My part was fine.
I had to
Ari,
cut 20.
what are you trying to plug right now?
I cut 20 minutes out of that episode because I was so belligerently drunk on the X-Files 2. The X-Files 2, the movie.
Don't talk
As
down
one
about my
does.
X-Files in any way. But anyway,
Ari, plug something.
I have the thing I'm going to plug because I've been doing this for weeks now, and I never have anything to plug because of graduate school. But I will plug this time. Connect with me on the socials, please. The Ari Drew at Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, because I've actually been talking with a couple of folks that I may be doing some writing collaborations with. Whether those end up fleshing out as stories or scripts, it's really fun, and we're going to try to document these collabs. So should be fun.
Good stuff. Matt, what you got for us this week?
Hold on, I just pulled out my entire rig. That's
Nothing, because he's a loser.
That should be fine. I have a ton of things to plug very quickly because it's me and you. The things that. So for anyone that has a ticket to the Real Love Film Festival happening right now, there is a special event, Certified Forgotten podcast with myself, Matt Monagle, Perri Nemiroff, and Haley Fouch, where we discuss Breaking Surface, which apparently no one watched last year, and Breaking Surface is actually pretty damn good without the dog stuff. So we have a very. It's about two sisters who are divers, and one gets trapped underwater, and the other has to get her to the surface before all the oxygen tanks run out.
So it's like very 47 meters down.
47 meters down.
Without the sharks. Without the sharks. But yes, so Real Love. It's a $10 ticket for the entire festival, basically. So like, check it out. It's a film festival about love. So we take the horror route to that. And the opening night film was Dinner in America. I think that's still available. It's a great film.
Can I say one thing about that though? Like,
Good Lord. You said 7 things already.
No, I watched Dinner in America for Real Love Fest. Real Love Fest. It's fucking amazing. Like,
it's so good. I do love. Yeah, Dinner in America is so good. So yeah, it's a fun little festival. Get a ticket. Go watch our podcast. What is BJ's and Harmony's podcast? This Ends at Prom.
This is the Prom. Yeah.
Yes. So that's tomorrow's podcast episode. So like, they have a lot of fun stuff going on. Go check it out. And what else do I want to plug? I just finished Sundance, all my Sundance coverage on what to watch. I just reviewed Willy's Wonderland here and also wrote a review. And that movie sucks. So if you want to read a full review about why it sucks, you can go check that out.
I have to watch that.
And then next week, our podcast episode for Certified Forgotten is with Terry from Gaily Dreadful. And we will be covering a very interesting movie that has 15 Rotten Tomatoes critic reviews, but none of them are valid. So it is I'm not saying what it is. It's a very curious episode.
Where do you mean because they're not certified, or what do you mean?
They are either for the wrong movie or they don't exist. So like, I'm not even kidding. It's a remake. So everyone logged their American remake review on this original accidentally. So the actual movie isn't seen. Everyone knows the American remake, but the original one has all these incorrect reviews. So.
Text me what that movie is because I really want to know what this is.
I mean, we're going to talk for a few minutes after the episode, so I'm sure I'll tell you that.
We love Terry, so y'all should definitely.
Terry's fantastic.
We also love the Mats, but we love Terry.
And that's it. And then I write things, too. Now, Perri.
We got a super chat, but before that, I'll just direct you to 2 interviews. One on this channel, which you should watch after this stream ends. It's with Jesse Cove, and it's all about Cobra Kai. It's super cool. He's John Kreese's son, and he has lots of stories to share, and he's just awesome. And go check out the new episode of Ladies Night with Dominique Fishback, who I'm rooting for in award season for Judas and the Black Messiah. The movie's great. She's phenomenal in it. Go watch that. And before we leave you, Annabelle is here with our last super chat. What drink would you all choose if forced to have no others for 1 full year?
Oh, Perri, I wonder what yours is.
Wait. But drink, does that mean alcohol? Because if that were the case,
yes,
I would be responsible and I would drink water because water would give me the ability to, enjoy other food.
No, don't be responsible.
That's a dumb answer.
All right.
No, just say Blue Moon.
You can eat my asshole. It's alcohol. Come on.
If we're talking about alcohol, I mean, duh.
Unofficial sponsor.
Is that Blue Moon?
Pretty much. Should be an official sponsor, though.
Blue Moon.
Perri, the only beer that I actually enjoy is like citrusy beers, like Blue Moon, or there's a Canadian one called La Fin du Monde, which is like a heavier Blue Moon. Yes. But it's like 9.5% alcohol, and it's amazing.
La Fin du Monde is so good. Yes,
the only beers I really like thoroughly enjoy are Blue Moon. I'll drink Shock Top, but I love UFO. It's just UFO is a little harder to come by, so I naturally just go to this all the time because it's easiest.
Perri, try to find Unibrew La Fin du Monde. It's Canadian, and it's like literally it's like $11 if you buy it at a bar like outside of COVID, I guess. But it's so fucking good. And it's 9.5% alcohol. Like it's a 9.5%.
Harry, you can find it there because we got it at college all the time. So like we would go just to like the distributors. They have La Fin du Monde by you. Like they exist. So if you can find an app that delivers to you, you'll probably find it.
You all well know I need to shake it up. So maybe
this is true.
Drink.
Wait, I think I'm gonna take. So if I'm gonna take, can I blanket say whiskey? Can I just blanket say if I had one choice?
No,
okay.
pick your whiskey. Pick your whiskey.
Okay.
Trace makes the rules now.
If I'm legit,
I know,
Trace
right?
owns I am the captain now.
Hannibal,
if that is
I am
what's
the
happening,
captain.
I honestly, I think I would take bullet bourbon and just be okay for the rest of my, like for a year. If I had bullet bourbon for a year, I'd be okay.
Okay.
For me, I would do Basil Hayden's whiskey actually for a year.
That's a good one. It's very good.
It's the only whiskey that I could actually drink neat or on the rocks or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I think it's the easiest, really nice whiskey. I love Basil Hayden's.
Try Angel's Envy. It's in the same camp as Basil Hayden. I love Angel's Envy too on that level. It's on the Basil Hayden level. It's very good.
Okay, noted. Text
am
me
I
next
allowed to pick a? Am I allowed to pick a mixed drink?
Yeah,
For sure.
Go for it. Yeah.
Who made up the rules? Because I guess Trace is trying to make up rules now.
Hannibal made up the rules. It's just a
Okay, so I would pick between two. I guess it would, if it came down to it, I'd probably say a Moscow Mule, but a French 75 is like one of my low-key favorite drinks to have, and not every place makes them.
What is the French 75? Sorry.
French 75. Perri, do you know?
am I thinking of the right thing? Is it a Prosecco drink?
So it's like a bubbly, usually like a. I wouldn't say Prosecco, but maybe it's not as sweet as. Right? It's something. I usually have it with like a dry bubbly gin, simple syrup, and twist of lemon.
Hold on, because one of these has gin in it. Maybe it's a French 76.
Yeah,
no, French 75 has gin. I just
is definitely a champagne or Prosecco cocktail.
Yes, it's a champagne. It's a bubbly cocktail. Yes, it is.
According to a quick Google search, it is champagne, simple syrup, lemon juice, and gin.
Yeah,
so literally all the things I just said. But
okay, yeah. You win.
Ari, you wouldn't know what that is, though.
No, I'm an idiot.
All right, now that you guys have a whole bunch of drink recommendations and a lot of stuff to read and watch, we're out of here. Have a good weekend, everyone. We will see you next week with more Merri Hour.